I want to talk about the 2026 roadmap when it comes to Zebec. Nothing I say is financial advice, and actually, after I discuss this, I'm going to talk about what I think about the price and what I think about 10 cents hypothetically later on in the video. But okay, let's first talk about this, right? Because Zebec, very recently, actually not that recent, but kind of a little bit recent, they talked about the roadmap of 2026. And you know what? They mentioned a lot of stuff, which honestly I just found very boring. But here's the thing. The main thing they kind of focus on is the super app, right? They mention that a lot. And I kind of like the whole vibe there because when I take a look at it, it's just basically kind of the idea of it, I should say, right? Is to put Zebec's like existing tools into basically one thing. It's like consolidating that. Like for instance, the aspects of the payrolls, the cards, it's just basically a way to put that all in kind of one place. It's kind of like the Amazon headquarters in Seattle, right? It's kind of like all in pretty much a very close proximity. So the thing is this, it just makes sense in my perspective because Zebec has a lot of aspects, right? Payrolls, cards, and all this type of stuff. So if it's all in one location, makes it very simple, very easy, less cluttered. You know, especially as of right now, a lot of people care about minimalism, simplistic vibes, and all this. So yeah, I just think it makes sense overall what Zebec is doing here. Yeah, you know, I like what Simon's doing so far, the CEO of Zebec. But here's the thing. People like to tell me, well, Zebec's done. Take a look at the slight pullback as of right now when it comes to altcoins. It's like, okay, it's the altcoin space. If I was so concerned about 10% movements and all this type of stuff, I just wouldn't even be in this space. But I voluntarily decided to do that, even though I'm not telling anyone to do anything. And a major reason why is because I still like the space. And the thing is, ZBCN at 10 cents, now we're around 32 times lower than that. So, I mean, slight pullback, right? But 10 cents, it just hasn't left my mind. Now, will it leave my mind? I highly doubt it, but I'm just saying, it still hasn't left my mind. Here's the thing, though. At the hypothetical idea of 10 cents, market cap at that point, considering current circulating supply, slightly under 10 billion, actually around 9.7 billion. Shiba Inu reached around 40 billion back in 2021 in terms of market cap. Shiba Inu. And that's not even the biggest meme out there at that time. Dogecoin reached over 80 billion in 2021. Does around 9.7 billion sound so ridiculous? When I consider that, I don't know if it does. That's the thing. I don't think it does actually, but this is kind of my perspective. When it comes to something like Zebec, just because the market cap is in the hundreds of millions, not in the billions, it doesn't really need, in some cases, to achieve these unforeseen heights to do something. Like, here's the thing. If we take a look at Bitcoin going to around 180 grand, like that is a point it's never reached before, ever in history. But it's only around 2 times lower than that. That's the thing. A 9.7 billion market cap is not unforeseen sort of territory for a project that is focused on global trade and finance like this. Now, ZBCN never had that historical popularity, but here's the thing. I would arguably say that it's only been about a year and a half where a lot of other projects out there within the global trade and finance space really had that sort of recognition. It's only been like quite recent, right? 2 years ago, who was talking about Onyx, Zebec, XPR, Swiftcoin? Not many people. They were talking about Stellar. They were talking about XDC. They weren't talking about the other alternatives. They kind of had their time to shine a little bit around this past year, year and a half. So it's not like I've seen ZBCN experience an actual true altcoin season before. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen Onyx experience a quote unquote true altcoin season and all this. So when I take a look at it, I feel like we'll wait and see what happens during this cycle. But if there's over 600 million owners as of right now, which supposedly there is, I mean, I don't know if I would find that to be such a ridiculous figure, I suppose. The thing is this, though. If I take a look at Zebec, sometimes people like to tell me, well, no one's really going to care about it. Well, here's the thing. Circle, creator of USDC, they're a backer when it comes to Zebec, right? Do you think they want to see the project that they back do, like, not good or do badly in terms of the progress? Fundamentally, In terms of the charts, I mean, it's a totally different case. But in terms of fundamentals, I don't think they'd like seeing that. However, of course, it's obviously going to depend on the team and stuff like that when it comes to Zebec. But I'm just saying, still, like sometimes a lot of individuals out there, when they have backers like that, they have this sort of feeling or this somewhat indirect obligation to maybe put more effort, right? To put more time, energy, resources, and all this type of stuff. It's like, for instance, if someone believes in me to accomplish a task, I'm going to feel a little bit more of a drive, right, to try to accomplish that task as opposed to if someone didn't believe in me. Or it could work both ways, right? Maybe I have the sort of mentality where if people don't believe in me, I also want to still do it. It goes both ways, but I'm saying still, it could also work that way as well. So this is why when I take a look at Simon, I feel like he's doing a pretty okay job as of right now as a CEO when it comes to Zebec. And I like also how they seem to care more about development as opposed to random metrics that don't really matter. Because some other projects out there, the way they showcase their sort of success, even I would like to call that, right? They like to say, we have this amount of employees. We have this amount of office space leased. Okay, sure. But keep in mind, Zebec has only around 25 plus team members. It's not that massive, right? And that's spread out across 3 major cities, by the way, New York, London, and as well as San Francisco. I like how they're keeping more of a lean sort of operation. That's the way to take a look at it. They don't think about vanity metrics the same way that some other projects out there do care about it. They more so care about doing things, which is why I feel like in their 2026 roadmap, the fact that they care so much about this, super app or whatever, I find it pretty cool because at least they care about it, right? At least they care about the progress of the project. This is the way I view it. But ultimately, as of right now, all I can do is just stay patient and just wait because, beyond that, I can't really do anything else actually. But of course, I'm a fan of Zebec, so if they talk about the roadmap, I'll look at it. And again, granted, it's just kind of boring actually what they talk about this, roadmap. But the only thing I kind of see them sort of reiterating is that, again, super app. But the thing is this as well. They say in 2026 they're focused on enterprise integration, so that's pretty cool. However, they already have over 200 payroll enterprise clients, so if there's more, I'm not going to complain about that. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. I just wanted to make this video to kind of highlight sort of my thoughts right now when it comes to Zebec and what I think about, again, their 2026 roadmap. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. Zebec, a project that has an aspect of Solana. It's something that I haven't given up on, but I'm not telling anyone to do anything. I'm just going to wait it out. That's it. I'll wait and see what happens. I want to say thank you for watching. I hope you all have a very nice day. It's Willie the Captain, and I'll see y'all on the next video. I'm out. Peace. Bye.